Baseball at its best. It's going to be the Washington Nationals taking on the Toronto Blue Jays in Toronto Rogers Center. Next on 2K Sports.
2K Sports and Major League Baseball bringing you Tuesday Night Baseball with Steve Phillips, John Kruk. I'm Gary Thorne. Great to have you with us. He is one of the game's brightest young stars. He burst on the scene. Will he burst on the scene on the mound today? We're going to watch Steve in Strasburg. The Rogers Center here in Toronto. It's the home of the Blue Jays. And it's R.A. Dickey. He's their starter. And Steve, what's he looking at as he sees this Washington lineup?
Well, R.A. Dickey on the mound, a knuckleball pitcher, a guy who throws the knuckleball a little bit harder than the prototypical knuckleballer, more in the mid-70s, where a lot of guys would throw it in the mid-60s.
Here's a chance to show you the lineup for the Nationals. Scouting pick, John, who are we looking at today?
Well, Denard Span has all the tools in the world to be a force at the top of the batting order. A good average hitter, a high on base guy, not going to hit a lot of home runs, but to me, he's the consummate leadoff.
Leading off the game, Denard Span.
For the Washington Nationals, center fielder, number 2, Denard Span.
Strike one. And Dickey's pitch, that's swung right through. Here's the delivery. A little too eager, and he's behind 0-2. Here it comes. This is swung on, lifted to deep right field as he drops back for it and puts it away.
Right fielder, number 28, Jason Worth.
So here's how Toronto will stack up defensively. Any picks, John?
Well, when you have a monster bat like Jose Bautista, you look for so many ways to get him out on the field. And it makes the manager's job a lot easier when your best offensive player is willing to play different positions. It adds a lot of flexibility to the team. It also tells your guys that if they ask a lesser player to move position, he can't complain when your best player does it.
Smashes that one towards the shortstop. And that'll set down Worth.
Washington Nationals, left fielder, number 34, Bryce Harper.
We've got Harper in the box. Line towards second, and that'll do it as Bonifacio puts it away. It goes quickly for R.A. Dickey. 1-2-3. He gets through the first inning without allowing a hit. So it'll be the Toronto Blue Jays, bottom half of the first.
Now batting for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Our starting pitcher for Washington,
Number 7.
Steve, he's facing that Toronto lineup today. What is he thinking about?
Well, for Steven Strasburg, it's just going to be about rearing back and showing that good stuff, because any single pitch in any count can overpower many of the good hitters in the game. That fastball, well over 100 miles per hour. He also has a well above average curveball and changeup.
And here's the pitch. Strike 3 swung on by Reyes. No luck.
Well, just a great sequence of pitches right there, and it only took him 3.
Boy, that's about as fine a job on the mound as you can get. Now let's take a look at how John Farrell will line him up offensively. In our scouting report, John, who are we watching for today?
Well, Brett Lawrie's a guy that made it to the big leagues because of his bat. He's moved around defensively in the minor leagues to some different positions. To me, in my opinion, I think he should stay at third base. That seems to be where he hits the best at.
Swings and misses. The good change right there. 0-1.
Boy, you think back to 2010 when Steven Strasburg burst onto the scene of the major league, striking out batters, dominating stuff. But then Tommy John surgery, missed most of 2011, but did come back late in the year.
Swing and a miss. 3 strikes on Emilio Bonifacio, and that will set him down.
We're going to take a look at the 12-6 curveball on the K-cam.
Well, sometimes you get fooled so badly, there's just nothing else you can do but hope and pray that you put the ball in play, hopefully foul, to get another pitch to hit.
Jose Bautista, he's at the plate with 2 down. And certainly it is great to see Strasburg back after the surgery. Everybody wondered, would he be able to come back to the mound? I mean, the fans want to watch him pitch. It's so explosive.
And listen, we know now, experience says pitchers come back from Tommy John surgery, and his stuff has come back with that electric fastball and outstanding breaking pitch as well.
Bautista watches it for a strike. He's got a .295 career batting average off Washington. Here's the pitch. And with 2 strikes on him, Jose Bautista will be looking just to put it in play.
Well, when you swing like that at a changeup, you're very lucky you didn't hit it, or else it'd be an easy out.
You're out. Strike 3 swung on by Jose Bautista. No luck on that cut. So 1-2-3 inning for Steven Strasburg. 3 strikeouts and he's out of the inning. And coming up, we'll see the Nationals. Ryan Zimmerman to lead it off. He's in his 8th year. Zimmerman contacted a foul ball. Zimmerman again with a foul ball. It's fouled off.
Well, the pitcher did exactly what he wanted to do on that 0-2 count. He wanted him to swing the bat, and he did, but he just fouled it off. Great piece of hitting.
Played by Reyes. 1 down.
For the Washington Nationals, first baseman, number 25, Adam LaRoche.
And it's Adam LaRoche in the box now.
Well, looking back to 2011, the road a struggle for the Washington Nationals. 36-45 record, not all that impressive. They're going to have to improve that if they're going to compete.
And LaRoche cuts. He got it. What a grab made by Rasmus. And the Nationals, of course, still in the building mode, trying to every year be a little better at something. Their improved play on the road, one of those things last year.
And at one point in the second half of the season, they won 9 games in a row on the road, including a 4-game sweep of the powerful Phillies at Citizens Bank Park.
And Morse is batting. Batting just .192 lifetime against the Jays.
There's really no explanation on why he has trouble against this team, but he struggles against every pitcher.
Throws on to first. Side is retired. It's called short work of 3. Took 6 pitches. Both teams still looking for that first run here in Toronto.
For the Toronto Blue Jays.
And Encarnacion's batting. He'll get things started here in the home half of the second.
Encarnacion.
Hit in the air to left center. That's 1 down.
Well, he hit this one well, but it hangs up long enough to give the left fielder just enough time to run underneath and make the catch.
1 away, and here is Brett Laurie.
When you look back to 2011, the Jays finished right at 500. A little bit of a step back from 2010. And what was disappointing, they had high hopes that maybe they could stand toe-to-toe with the big boys in the East.
Strike as he watches Strasburg's delivery. You know, that 11th season really is not all that bad, as Steve mentioned, for the Jays, but it's now 18 straight years where they've failed to make the playoffs, John. That gets a little tough.
And over all that time, they've only finished better than 3rd place once. It's a very tough division to be in.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Brett Laurie, he is struck out.
K-Camp registers 87 miles per hour with very little break.
He just flat missed out on that one, reaching way out, trying to grab that, caught the edge.
It started out over the plate, and then it started tailing away a little bit. You have to think he'd like to at least foul that pitch off.
And Melky Cabrera stands in. There are 2 down. Batting just .162 lifetime against Washington. First pitch, fastball, 0-1.
Well, the hitter struggles with curveballs when he's behind in the count. I suspect they're going to go to the hook.
Here's the pitch. And with 2 strikes on him, Cabrera, good contact hitter. He'll watch that zone.
Well, he's a very defensive hitter when the count gets to 0-2. So I'm going to try to get him to chase something out of the zone.
Strike 3 swung on by Cabrera, but he missed it. And they're unable to make any noise here in this half inning. Scoreboard in Toronto, empty. And Desmond is in the batter's box. We'll get his first look in this one. Popped into foul territory down the left side. And he'll put that one away for out number 1.
Oh, Gary, he's pitching well right now. And that's 7 straight that he's retired. He is really locked in.
Here's Espinosa as he sets in.
Everybody loves to watch a knuckleball pitcher pitch because it makes you feel like you could still pitch in the big leagues.
Back up the middle. And that one's going to go through. That's our first hit of the game for these guys. So Kurt Suzuki will come up. For Dickey in 2011, that's the second straight year used as a starter, Steve. Not easy going out of that bullpen and become part of the rotation.
No, that's right. But, you know, he's a entirely knuckleball pitcher right now, and he has the ability to throw it at different speeds, which allows him to be successful.
Keeping an eye on him at first. Here's the delivery. Oh! Suzuki, he'll make contact and will foul that pitch away. There's the swing. This one blasted high, deep center field. And goodbye home run. The Washington Nationals are on the scoreboard. And so they jump out to the 2-0 lead. Wow, what a great time for a 2-run shot like that.
At the plate.
Nationals getting done what they wanted to do here, Gary. Getting back out in front, putting a lot of pressure on this pitcher. Now they're going to look to pad the lead.
First pitch to Span. A smash towards the hole. And Bonifacio makes the catch.
Right fielder, number 20.
Here's Jason Worth at the plate. Lifetime 11 for 25 off R.A. Dickey.
Yeah, and he just has nothing to fool him with, Gary. Every time he sees him, he gets the good part of the bat on the ball.
Oh! Worth, contact with a foul ball. The pitch. And he's on in front of that pitch, so he's in the hole now, 0-2. Ground ball. Bonifacio fields it. Throws to first, side is retired. Didn't take too long to get some good whacks at the plate. Up early. Washington leads it 2-0. Latter third of the lineup coming up. And if you're just tuning in, Rogers Center, that's where we are in ideal weather here in Toronto. And Lynn's batting. Swings at that fastball and misses. 0-1. Steven Strasburg, he's quickly ahead on that. Count goes to 0-2.
Oh, look at that big 12-6 breaking ball right there. That's a tough pitch for any hitter to stay back on. Out in front, swinging early.
Well, he finished that one off with a strikeout. Nice pitch.
Number 9.
K-Cam presents the 2-seamer. Take a look.
And I think last couple of pitches he faced, it didn't seem like he was ready for that fastball.
Yeah, he got some off-speed pitch the previous pitch, but you should be able to expect to get the bat on that heater, especially with 2 strikes.
And it's Arancibia coming up. Really lets it rip on that one, but starts off with a strike. Here's the delivery. That's on the outside corner, 0-2.
Hitters have to have great balance and be prepared for the pitch away. If you open up even a little bit, you can't catch up to that 4-seam fastball on the outside corner.
At the plate.
Swung on, missed, curveball, struck him out, 2 down.
Number K-Cam's going to show us this 12-6 curve. Let's get a better look.
Fantastic piece of pitching to get that out, John.
Well, that's the part of pitching you love. He's looking for a fastball. He's expecting a fastball, and then just drop one right off the table. What a pitch.
Here's Colby Rasmus now with 2 down. This is his first opportunity in this one. And it's 0-1. Strasburg gets him looking at that one. Strike 2, and Colby Rasmus now has got himself down on the count. He can't connect on that one. Colby Rasmus comes up empty on that swing. Good defensive half inning there. No hits allowed. The Nationals still on top.
Coming to bat for the Washington
We've got
Nationals,
Harper in the box.
number 34, Bryce Harper.
And here's the first one. And Harper, he laid into it. And goodbye home run. And for Washington, the runs just keep on coming. The 2-run lead is turned into a 3-run ball game after that solo shot and a great swing.
Now
Gotta
coming
love
back
the approach
for
of the Nationals right here, Gary. They're approaching it exactly the right way.
11, Ryan Zimmerman.
Hit up the middle. He caught it. Oh, that was headed right from the pitcher. Good, quick reaction. He got it.
What a play by the pitcher right there. He should have seen it. I think he had to have closed his eyes to make that catch.
It's Adam LaRoche coming up now, 1 away. Now, this is a kind of an interesting breakdown. You take a look at the pitch types that were thrown that have been hit for a base hit or better.
Guys, that knuckleball stands out. It's been hit several times in this game.
You know, it's interesting that you say that. There's a fair amount of hits that could be part of why he's given up the amount of runs that he has here. But definitely you have to wonder if he's going to keep going back to that pitch because he's getting hurt.
This one to Bautista. As he retreats back for it and gets the out.
Well, I followed the scouting reports. They moved the outfielders back before the play, and they were in exactly the right position to be able to make the catch. Good coaching.
2 outs in the box, Michael Morse. A career .267 number off R.A. Dickey. Swing and a rocket toward short. Throws on to first in time to retire the side. So R.A. Dickey out of the inning. Twice this game he's given up home runs. And it'll be the Blue Jays coming right up.